Finally, no more 30-second clip limits. So we can drop some longer footage for you guys, but I won't make it too long. I'll still break it down in detail by scenario type. The theme for this episode is navigating narrow roads with oncoming traffic. Let's check out what's ahead. Alright, right here. Let me pause for a sec. Look at the details here. Actually, starting right from this frame, there are already things worth pointing out. Cause you can see our driving trajectory is still perfectly centered in the lane. The oncoming car hasn't popped up on the SR screen yet. Fast forward to right here. Let's pause and take another look. Boom, the oncoming car just spawned almost at the exact same time. The path on the SR shrinks way down, and the car starts hugging the right to yield. And simultaneously, if you look closely, the steering wheel is already turning super smoothly. Let's pause one more time right here, cause this is basically the final yield spot NGP chose. On this specific road, there happens to be a parking lot entrance right here, which makes it the one spot on this stretch that gives us the max amount of wiggle room. And the oncoming car just happened to pull up right here. So NGP literally didn't hesitate at all. It just swerved right into this pocket to yield. The space it left is perfectly enough for the other car to squeeze by. When we replay this whole sequence, up until this exact moment, look at NGP's speed control. It never brought the car to a dead stop. It just kept creeping forward while handling it. No jerky braking or sudden slowdowns. That it finally had to slowly stop, cause there was literally no room left to move forward. Keep watching NGP's reaction here. The second that car passes, it cranks the wheel. See? Slowly inching forward again. Why isn't it speeding up? Cause there are still bikes weaving right next to us, so it's driving super defensively right now. And once the bikes clear out, look, the speed immediately picks back up. And we got past it super smoothly. Of course, you run into different situations every time you pass here. And I actually caught another clip of us driving through this exact spot. Let me cut it in real quick for you guys. Pulling up to the same spot, facing a different kind of oncoming car. It slightly hugs the right, to leave room for the other car to pass. In this kind of scenario, you absolutely have to avoid a head-on standoff. Otherwise, both cars are just gonna be stuck. Watch this whole process. Its decision-making and reaction time are super low latency and responsive, but at the same time, it's really cautious and composed. Alright, let's jump back to the main footage. Keep watching. Now let's check out the second half. If you guys saw my test drive of the Denza Eye of God system, you probably remember this fork in the road. I've driven through this split with NGP at least 4 or 5 times now, and it hasn't taken the wrong path once. Coming up to this left turn, things get pretty sketchy. Cause there's an oncoming car right at the bend. Look at this, right at the apex of a really sharp curve. We get uncomfortably close to the oncoming car. Yo, not bad at all. These two corners are definitely a major pain point. The passage is super tight, and the curve is incredibly sharp. Plus, you have to deal with oncoming traffic, so nailing it once by luck doesn't prove much. That's why over the spring festival holiday, drove back and forth through here a bunch. Let me cut in some more clips of this spot. See, pulling up to the exact same turn. And again, there's an oncoming car. Watch closely, the wheel turns super early and glides right past, buttery smooth. Let's do another one. Oh, this one's even messier. Cause right at this section of the fork, we meet an oncoming car. Right after creeping up this space here is insanely tight. Barely enough for 2 cars to squeeze past each other, but surprisingly, it handled it flawlessly. See? Already cleared it. Alright. After dropping in those clips of going through this spot, let's head back to that very first original clip. Let's keep going. After surviving those boss levels, the rest of the drive is basically on easy mode. Pay attention to how the speed changes. Along this whole stretch, we run into oncoming cars and bikes. Plus we have to bypass parked cars on the side. But through the whole thing, if you watch the speed fluctuations, there's no obvious lag or jerky braking. Coming to the end of the video, we got a little Easter egg. Keep your eyes on the road ahead. See those 2 grandmas crossing the street? Faced with a scenario like this, NGP still handles it incredibly smoothly. Super slow and linear deceleration, braking right in front of them. Creeps forward just a tiny bit, waits for them to clear the path, and slowly merges back onto the main road, with bikes cutting through while merging. It handles them effortlessly. Alright, that wraps up this episode on narrow road encounters. We'll stop right here. This miniseries is already on episode 3. Moving forward, we'll keep sorting these by different themes to show you guys the latest Gen-2 VLA. During the Spring Festival, I captured a bunch of real-world daily driving scenarios. Subscribe CXF, see you guys in the next episode.